The audio commentary. It's a dying art form, but here at One Track Mind, I, your wonky yet affable host Ryan Luis Rodriguez, analyze film through the prism of these embryonic forms of podcasting, one audio commentary at a time. Masterpieces, crapster pieces, live action, animation, cult classics, films literally no one has ever heard of. No track is too small, and no track is too big. Join me and my guests from the entertainment world as we keep these features alive every other Tuesday. Hey, who else is going to discuss Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey one week and Citizen Kane the next? Us, that's who. Sure, you have to put up with my voice, but there's a certain give and take in this industry. That's One Track Mind, part of the Someone's Favorite Productions family, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface-level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind-the-scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off, or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, and let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
Welcome to the Seagal podcast. I am your host, Trevor Gumbel. I am joined, as always, by my co-host.
As one might say, the China Salesman. You are joined by the China Salesman. Oh, dear God, Trevor. What?
You want to introduce yourself real quick to these people?
Yeah, this is me, Chris, the co-host of this podcast. And this is the final episode, because after this, well, Can we really watch anything else after watching this? We are going to be talking about one of the more recent Steven Seagal films. Now, let's just get this out of the way, Trevor. You're going to agree with me. This is the least Steven Seagal movie we've watched so far.
Yeah, I don't think it can even legally be called a Steven Seagal film. I don't
know. The posters have Mike Tyson and Steven Seagal on them.
Mike Tyson's in it more than Steven Seagal is. And Steven Seagal, I should have counted, but he was only in there like 5 minutes.
Yes,
if that.
Correct. So yeah, on this episode of On Seagal, we are going to be talking about 2017's China Salesman, otherwise known as Deadly Contract, otherwise known as Tribal Warfare, otherwise known as the movie that advertised itself as when Mike Tyson and Steven Seagal would fight, and that was the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Are you here to retrieve the DH source code?
Whoever wins the bidding wins respect.
You see? I will make you call me Mr. Yan.
We need to find Yan Jian and kill him.
You got a lot of nerve.
Kill them all now.
Let's all welcome Mr. Yan Jian, the Great China Salesman.
The new leader of the South. The Bloc government murdered him.
The last two companies entering the final phase are MTM Telecom and DH Telecom.
Go!
Are you determined to put DH Telecom at a disadvantage?
How can DH compete with MTM? Your technology is way behind.
This is unfair. Where is Yan Jian?
Is he safe?
As Susanna wants this bid to be in sync with the latest technology, I suggest we change standard to 3G.
Whoever wins the bidding wins respect.
I will make you come in, Mr. Yan.
You're not welcome here, China salesman.
Gin speed from China reached the shores of Africa hundreds of years ago, or a single person as slave.
Under fire!
China, 你好，三弟看。
The south is melting. This is your chance. Once the country's communication collapses.
Fire!
But the entire telecommunication network is down right now.
Let's just fight with them.
Can you fix it, Mr. Salesman?
I need someone to go with me.
Someone does not want peace in this country.
You're not welcome here, China salesman.
Oh God.
So let's talk. Go.
Let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
How many? I don't usually do this because I think I have a pretty good memory. I took notes about this film.
Yeah.
And I got 43 notes taken about this film. My first note is, how many fucking companies produce this thing?
A lot of Chinese companies, including Goldenrod Films. Golden, because they misspelled golden. Yeah, it's directed by Tan Bing, written by Tan Bing, with rewrites by Scott Salter. Yeah. And so before we talk about the movie, let's just get this out of the way now. Li Donghui plays Yan Jian, the titular China salesman. And then
which they call him
every chance they get.
Over again. Even though he keeps telling them, my name is Yan Jian.
It reminds me of Chinman from Attrition. But so yeah, let's just get this out of the way now. This movie has Mike Tyson and Steven Seagal in it. Barely. It is about Li Donghui as Yan Jian. So let's just get that out of the way right now. He's an IT engineer for a phone company bidding on a contract in Africa. That's the plot of the movie.
And these other companies are trying to sabotage him to get the contract themselves. Yep. This is for they've invented a 3G network or something like that.
They just have a 3G network. So I guess it's network. North Africa's not covered in cell towers and doesn't have cell phone signal coverage. So DH China or whatever the hell it's called, they're bidding for the opportunity to build towers in Africa, which is obviously very lucrative. It's a couple $1 million contract. And you have this character of Yan who goes to North Africa to help his company win. And he runs into all these weirdo people in Africa.
Yeah.
And he gets embroiled in like a civil war almost.
Yeah. All for a cell phone company.
Hello, this is Chris Haskell from They Live by Film. For those that don't know us, Adam, Zach, and I, we built a podcast over the last 2 years that's a combination of film discussion from 3 very different perspectives, as well as industry interviews with the leaders in boutique Blu-ray and 4K community. We started with Dev Crocodile, but over time we've been lucky enough to speak with Arrow Video, Severin, Mondo Macabro, Vinegar Syndrome, Radiance, Indicator, most of the OCN partner labels. It's been a blast. You can find us wherever you podcast, and also actually recently as part of Someone's Favorite Production Podcast Network. We hope to see you online.
Yep.
It's like Verizon meets Michael Bay.
It's a very strange plot. Yeah. Because there's more time given to 3G networks and particularities of phone and telecom than I think this movie should have.
Yeah.
At least a movie like this should have, quote unquote.
I had to turn on subtitles because I couldn't understand a damn thing people were saying because they were talking so low and it was the audio was so terribly done. The dubbing was god awful.
Oh my god, the ADR, dude. The ADR in this movie. I was taking shots of like short videos of the movie and sending it to some friends of mine when I was watching it because like some of the ADR is just. This movie is not only a bad movie structurally and from a storytelling perspective, but it is also a bad movie from a technical perspective. It's nice to look at, but in 2020 or the late 2020s or late teens, I guess, that's not impressive. Anybody can go spend money on a camera. Like, well, I hope your movie looks good in 2020.
Even the technology they're trying to sell in the film is not impressive.
No, it's 3G network. We already had 5G in 2017, or we were close.
Yeah, we had way faster. I mean, I guess maybe impressive for the town they were in, for the African country they were in, but like
unnamed African country.
Unnamed African country. They just slap. It's in Africa, so of course poverty
and civil war. That's all people know about Africa.
That's all this filmmaker knew about Africa was like poverty and civil war. Even though Africa is a lush, beautiful land. But, they just want to focus on the poverty and the Civil War, and they figure Africans are living like cavemen, which is very offensive.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know what country. I mean, if this is meant to be somewhere in Northern Africa, somewhere that is less civilized, less third or first world than the United States, sure. But I honestly had a fucking hard time figuring out what in God's name was going on most of the time anyways.
Speaking of which, the editing is terrible because we cut from Mike Tyson to Lee, to the
Yan Jian, the China salesman.
We cut from Mike Tyson to the China salesman. I'm like, are we watching 2 different movies here? Because it seemed like they were 2 separate things altogether. Because they don't really come together until maybe halfway through the film or something like that.
Who?
Because the plots,
Mike Tyson.
The plots seem to come. No, the Mike Tyson being involved with the China salesman at all doesn't come in until later. But we don't know that, so we're thinking, what the fuck is going on here? These are okay. So first, we're following the China salesman trying to sell his. And now we're following Mike Tyson in this bar, looking like he's meeting a gangster or a crime boss or something.
I know.
And Mike Tyson is just.
Oh, he's not a good actor. That's for sure.
Well, in this movie, he fit right in.
You know what? Okay, here's the thing, though. You say that, but I want to say something. Lee Dong-hui, I couldn't tell you if he's a bad actor or not, because this is not a fair judge of that.
Because his English wasn't very...
Yeah, because
he had a hard time with the English?
Well, that and the fact that he, for the most part, if you go on his IMDb page, the gentleman doesn't work on anything other than Chinese film. I mean,
yeah. So I
the 2021 Quin Quing Chen Bing Di Shi Dai doesn't sound like an English titled film to me.
Well, I'm talking about his acting notwithstanding.
Sure.
Everybody else also sucks.
Well, yes. Mike Tyson is great in The Hangover because he's playing himself.
He's playing himself. Yeah, he's not playing this.
No, Mike Tyson's great in Mike Tyson's Story or Mike Tyson Mysteries because he's playing himself.
Is he playing an assassin in this film?
So he's introduced as a a warrior with a lineage of warriors, and then
we need to talk about his first scene. We need to talk about the meeting with
scene.
Seagal. He is served.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Okay. Get this out of the way now, Trevor. How quickly into the movie does this happen?
About 5 minutes.
How?
If that.
If you were to put a percentage on how much of the fight shows up in the trailer for this movie, how much would you say?
I got to be honest with you, I didn't watch the trailer.
The answer is 80% of the fight shows up in the trailer. The trailer is 2.5 minutes long.
You've seen 80% of Seagal then?
You have seen all of Seagal in a substantive way in this film, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just want to get this out of the way now. If you saw the preview for this movie...
You saw all of Seagal, basically.
You saw all of Seagal. You've seen the good parts of Mike Tyson. This movie reminded me, before we talk about the scene specifically, do you remember that movie that came out a couple years ago? I think it was actually last year, that had Jackie Chan and Schwarzenegger in it.
The one no one saw?
The one that's like this, where it's a Chinese-made movie with American actors just to get the trailer over here to us, but ultimately no one in the States went and saw it. At least not because they wanted to, but maybe they were like, oh, that movie has Jackie Chan and Arnold Schwarzenegger on the poster. Maybe we should watch it.
We're not talking about Around the World in 80 Days, right?
No, I'm talking about the other movie that has them in it. It's called it's called Vi to Journey to China. And it was released in the United States as Iron Mask or The Iron Mask.
Right. Oh my God, I remember this.
Yeah, barely. And it has Jackie Chan in the trailer and Schwarzenegger. And it has other American or English actors. It has Jason Fleming, Charles Dance, Rutger Hauer. But yeah, that's what this movie reminded me of. It's like bait and switched us.
Had better actors. That other movie had better quality actors.
So what? If they're not being used in a substantive way, it doesn't matter.
There you go. Okay.
I don't know if they are, though, but I will tell you, I would contend they're probably used better than Steven Seagal and Mike Tyson are in the first 5 minutes of this movie.
Maybe we should do an on Schwarzenegger podcast and have to watch the film.
Yeah, but everybody likes Schwarzenegger movies. We bring up Schwarzenegger movies on this podcast, and I'm convinced.
Let's get to the scene where Mike Tyson meets Steven Seagal. He is served a mug of urine.
Yep. Why?
First we see the bartender. We see him from the back, and we see him looking down, and he looks like he's taking a piss. I thought to myself, okay, it just looks like he's taking a piss. It's okay. Until they serve him the mug. By the way, impressive for that bartender to fill that mug
whole goddamn stein full of piss.
Stein full of piss. And they want Mike Tyson to drink it because he insulted them or something like that.
No, Mike Tyson's character, his tribe did not drink. He says that his tribe abstains from alcohol, which is why they were making such a big deal of him saying no to the drinks. And then they were like, well, if you're not going to drink alcohol, then drink my piss, motherfucker. Like,
basically, it's an insult.
Mm-hmm.
So this leads to a fight between Mike Tyson and Steven Seagal, which is, it's not a bad fight. It's just a brief one and a unnecessary one. I think it was just put in the script because Steven Seagal fights Mike Tyson. We got to sell it somehow.
I think it was put in the script because they got Steven Seagal and Mike Tyson, and you'd be stupid not to have them in your movie and be willing to put them on screen together.
It has one of the funniest shots in the film, the ear punch. You see his fist go right by his ear, and it wiggles.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hysterical. And so after the fight, Mike Tyson, I think to the bartender...
No, he says it to Seagal once he slammed his head into the wall.
You serve me pee, you die.
Yeah.
I wrote that down because I didn't want to forget that line. You serve me pee, you die.
Steven Seagal gets beaten in this movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising. We have not seen anyone get one over on Seagal yet. And Seagal never gets one back on Mike Tyson. It's not a tit for tat.
He doesn't bleed.
No, but he gets knocked out. He gets his head jammed into a liquor cabinet and he gets knocked out. Steven Seagal was gotten the better of, which is a first on this show.
Uh-huh. And I wrote down here, cell phone speed espionage. So we have this rival company to the China Salesman trying to basically fuck up his chance of getting this deal with this major company. And for some reason, they go into the desert and a kidnapping plot ensues.
Yeah, they come upon a ritual in the desert.
A ritual, I thought maybe it was like one of those forced
genital mutilation.
Exactly. So
that's what it seemed like to me.
The China Salesman's partner gets out of the car, takes the girl, and steals her away. And then we find out that that's not what was happening at all. It was just and the mother actually is happy. The mother of the child is like happy that she stole her daughter. It's like, oh, I understand. It's a simple misunderstanding. Come join us in our tribal, campfire, or whatever they call it. And they give them this jar of something that no one knows what it is. And they just drink it. They don't ask questions. They just drink it. They're given an unknown liquid.
Could have been
it was apparently, what was it? Goat's milk or something like that as alcohol.
I just buy a goat's milk. I don't buy alcohol.
Yeah.
God. It's shocking to me that
okay. Let me just say right now, if what we're saying doesn't make sense to the people listening to this podcast, trust me, it didn't make sense to us either.
I mean, I don't know if it didn't make sense. It was just very boring. Like it feels like
it was stupid.
It feels like
a movie. Fucking stupid.
It feels like a very cheaply made action movie. It is
like a cheaply made action movie.
Yeah, but it feels like General Commander, and it feels like
I'd rather watch General Commander again.
Yeah, but it feels like those kinds of movies where it's competently shot for the most part. It's competently lit, but you have. See, here's the thing. What I don't know is who is this for?
I wish I was competently lit to watch this.
Well, I don't know who this is for, Trevor, because
this is for, and I read this a lot online. I read a lot of criticisms about the film, and this is one that came out the most. It was for Chinese propaganda.
Well, okay, yeah, sure, but okay, sure, great. Let's just get that out of the way now.
This movie is Chinese propaganda to that they're better at the technical at cell phone technology and all that good stuff. And the Americans, everyone else is just plotting against them.
I don't think it's Americans or anything. I think China in many ways
its own dick.
Yeah, which is fine. I don't think they say anything negative about anyone else. I think they just take it upon themselves to really show off how great of a country they are, which is perfectly fine. But man, I want to know
what love is.
Yeah. I don't understand why this movie is made other than propaganda, because it is a very boring movie.
Pointless.
Well, it's just boring.
Pointless. It's boring.
You know what my favorite scene in the movie was? Did you take a note about the scene where Steven Seagal goes, "Speak English"?
Oh yeah,
that was real. That was real. And you know what? It seemed real at the time, right? It was like I knew that was him.
I read it on IMDb trivia. He told them to speak English because he didn't know his line.
Yeah, I knew that's what that was. When I saw that scene, I was like, that's got to be a fucking mistake.
He Marlon Brando'd that scene. He didn't know his line, so he had everyone else, change everything for him.
I know. I loved it. It was great.
He went Marlon Brando, and I thought that was... When you knew when you saw that scene that was real, though, right? It seemed real. Yeah, it did seem real.
Yeah,
that's
what I expect from
Seagal.
him. He's a prick.
And the sad part is, Seagal's the most entertaining thing about the film.
Yeah, he's not the least entertaining, that's for sure.
But when he was on screen, I was happy because, it never really was made clear what Seagal does.
He's kind of played the same character in a bunch of these movies, huh? Just like a dude hanging around.
He's the dude who's a boss of something.
A former something. I've noticed in writing the descriptions for a lot of our episodes for this show, a lot of them start with Seagal plays a former or retired something. In this, he's
usually
retired business mob guy.
Well, when he's former or retired, it's usually something in the lines of like CIA operative or
special forces
or anything
which
like that.
Which is what I assume he was in this movie, like a former special forces guy.
It's like if what was the last recent Seagal film we did again? Attrition? No, that wasn't Attrition. Was it Attrition?
No. You talking about the one with Bobby Lupo?
No, the one before that.
Attrition.
Oh yeah, okay, that was Attrition.
In Attrition, he's a retired CIA operative. In General Commander, he's a retired CIA operative.
It seemed like he was playing his character in Attrition, but as a bad guy.
Yeah, well, I'm not even sure that he's good or bad in this movie. I mean, he survives to the end of the movie. I mean, they have a throwaway line of like, and Lauder is off in South America now. Like, great, I don't give a shit.
I mean,
what I don't like about this movie is how they marketed it. This is not Steven Seagal versus Mike Tyson. That movie would have been a good movie, at least an entertaining movie, at least a movie that we could have had a laugh at. This is a movie about a phone salesman trapped in North Africa trying to restore the cell phone lines, with Steven Seagal and Mike Tyson fighting in the literal first 10 minutes of the movie, because they know that the audience isn't going to wait around for Steven Seagal and Mike Tyson to fight. And if they get them to at least rent it and watch that scene, guess what? They have your money. Exactly. They already have your money anyways. It doesn't matter. But if it's Seagal and Tyson that gets you through the door, they need to deliver on that. And I will say that for the most part, that scene delivers as much as I think it could if it's being made in 2017. Now, if this had been made at the height of the 90s with Seagal and Tyson in their prime, that would have been fucking cool as fuck. Here, it's just like, you got an old Seagal and an old Tyson. Do they look like they have kept their shape for the most part? Yeah. Do they look like Tyson, they can move on their feet? Yeah, but it's not what it could have been. And to me, it smacks of like the Expendables. Like, oh, isn't it cool to see all of them together? Like, yeah, but now it feels like they're doing it on purpose as opposed to organically because it was cool at the time.
Well, I mean, to anyone listening, if you decide you want to watch this film, if you turn it off after the Mike Tyson Seagal fight, you'll be fine.
Honestly, just go watch it on YouTube. Like, this is the first
any money.
This is the first movie I would suggest you just watch this scene on YouTube, because the movie is 2 hours long.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be. It really doesn't need to be.
It like ends halfway through the movie. It ends in about an hour 20 minutes, like straight up. It ends there, and then literally as the movie is ending, you know what it's like? It's like, remember in Waterboy how like the movie's over, and then all of a sudden his dad shows up, and he's like, "Hey, Bobby." Imagine if that scene in Waterboy went on for another 45 minutes.
Oh, fuck.
That is China Salesman. You have like the movie end, and then the bad guy shows up and goes, but wait, there's another 40 minutes to the movie.
Chris, why did you have to make me think of Waterboy?
I like Waterboy.
I fucking hate Waterboy.
I like Waterboy. My God. I like Happy Gilmore. I like Little Nick. I love Little Nicky.
Okay, I'm going to get on a tangent here. We're going to get back in a second.
Go for it.
I like early Adam Sandler films. I loved Happy Gilmore. I liked Billy Madison. I thought Little Nicky was underrated, but
Little Nicky's amazing, dude. Little Nicky is Adam Sandler's best movie.
It had a great Quentin Tarantino cameo.
It has the best thing Quentin Tarantino's ever done.
You make the Lord very nervous.
I'm burning now. Hellfire's burning me alive.
And it has probably the best advertisement for Popeyes ever.
What about the best Clint Howard role? It's 2 floors up on the right.
Oh, God. You'll never listen to Two of Hearts by Stacy Q the same way ever again.
I sure as hell haven't, and I will never think of Candle Wax either.
I love that the end of the film, where they were telling everybody what they're doing now, his former roommate did a one-man show and only one person showed up. This guy. But
man, that, like, for me, this movie, like, just watch it online, dude.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a worthless piece of shit.
Yeah, because like the movie, like I said, it goes for about an hour and 10, and then it could end, and then it's about to end, and it just detours back into the movie.
Here's the thing: it goes on these rants and it goes on these tangents that are unrelated to the plot.
Yeah, oh yeah, completely.
For no other reason than to pad up the running time and make it a action film. Like the scene where they go into the, like we were talking about. What was the point? Nothing.
And don't forget, in that scene that you were talking about where it's like, oh, it's a big misunderstanding, you took my daughter. Yo, they are shooting at her with guns when she's driving away.
Yep.
Like, what kind of misunderstanding did you think this was? Because they were expending live rounds at this woman. And they could have killed her. Like,
yeah, and suddenly, what the funny thing is that they're trying to get a message to this just chief or something, or president, to say that we do not want war. Let's have a ceasefire. That's what they're trying to accomplish with the phone lines. But the people that are trying to sabotage the Chinese commander, they blow up all the satellites. But for some reason the villains can use their phone.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about this movie is, on the face of it,
and it was way too easy how they solved that problem, by the way.
What problem?
It was movie easy. how they made it so the phones worked again.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they could have also just like sent a guy to the south of town.
Yeah, basically,
like the south of the country, just like let them know what's going on.
They put the China salesman in the middle of the Civil War for no fucking reason, other than, oh wait, our cell phone technology can get a message to the president to tell them that they do not want war, to let's have a ceasefire.
Right.
That's the only reason.
What I really like about this movie is the fact that like I've gone and like looked on the like fucking Entertainment Weekly and IMDb and stuff. They advertised this movie. Like, this movie was advertised. There was a press junket. There's pictures of Mike Tyson doing press for this film. It is insane to me. All of General Commander, Beyond the Law, those movies came out, went straight to Redbox or whatever, or, DirecTV on demand. People who saw it were people probably just fiddling around looking for something to watch. Oh, Steven Seagal, whatever. Or saw it at Walmart for $5. But man, this movie had a budget of 110 million yen. That is wild. This is a high budget movie that I cannot believe exists, because what is going on in the movie is not at all what it is being advertised. And I have got to believe people who went to see this in the theaters, if it was being shown in theaters, which I'm inclined to believe it might have been, I have to believe people left. They walked out of this goddamn movie. There's no way. This, again, I'm not saying this movie's bad. I'm just saying that this movie is not what it is claiming to be. Every piece of advertising features who? Seagal and Tyson. Yep. It's even billed as Mike Tyson versus Steven Seagal. Mm-hmm. Make that movie. Don't make this. Don't try to bait. This is a bait and switch. Big time.
It's a master bait and switch.
It is. It's masterfully done, too.
They turned this China salesman into a fucking savior.
Yeah.
They literally say, help me. You're our only hope.
Help me, China salesman. You're my only hope. Like, yeah. Well,
that's what I wrote down in my note, is like, help me, China salesman. You're our only hope. I'm like,
that is what they say. It's a direct reference to Star Wars.
I don't think they knew that. I really don't think they knew that.
They did.
No.
You don't say that by accident, or maybe you do. It's funnier that way.
These filmmakers are so stupid. They probably did say that by accident.
I don't know. I again, for me, this is kind of a hard thing for me to say, bad or good. Because again, I almost feel like we're watching a foreign film. It feels like a foreign film. Like, it does.
What?
It doesn't feel like a film made with Western sensibilities, does it?
I watch foreign films, Chris. I appreciate foreign films. Even as a foreign film, this thing is garbage.
Again, I am saying that this movie is bad because of the way it's advertised. It's just a boring ass movie. Like, it is almost a non-movie outside of the Seagal Tyson stuff. But the problem in my mind is the Seagal and Tyson stuff is the horse that they have hitched their wagon to. Problem is you get that horse 5 miles down the road and then it runs off. And we're saddled with the rest of the journey with characters we don't care about, actors we don't know, and situations that are not nearly as interesting as Fan or Tan Bing and Sholom Gelt and whoever else helped rewrite the script.
I need to say something before I forget. So they're in the middle of this conflict, right? They have to get across this border. It is so apparently to get across the border, the Chinese flag is all they needed.
Oh yeah, that was
Wasn't that the most propaganda of propaganda?
I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not a propaganda movie. It totally is.
But I think it's funny that the fucking flag is blatantly, it gets them across the border and it's blatantly, it's like,
it's the most important flag in the world is what they
apparently
say.
I mean,
it is just, it feels patronizing.
It is very patronizing.
And it is very much in the pocket of China.
Of course.
Intentionally or unintentionally, it's intentional.
I don't know if we want to get this into a political thing, considering what China's going through right now.
All I'm saying is that kind of thing happens a lot in other countries' movies.
Mm-hmm.
People in our country do it too. It's just the way it is.
I love how after all this fighting and all this killing, all these people that Mike Tyson has killed, let's give him a break. Let him go.
Then he kills himself at the end, so it's okay.
No. And when you think the movie's over, then there's a sudden lawsuit plot line.
He gets arrested at the end. The main character goes to jail. The film is resolved in text. Text on the screen. That is how the movie resolves itself.
I need to go through some of my notes because there are some things I forgot happened, like the scene with Seagal on the bike, and it's obviously CG'd his eyes on the mask.
Oh my god! Oh,
did you notice that?
That feels like the Game of Death, like Bruce Lee in the Game of Death. Like, oh god, where it's like a dude sitting at a mirror holding up a cutout of Bruce Lee's face over his. It feels the same way. It was like clearly done in After Effects. It's just like this, like the T-zone of Seagal's face. Yeah, no. Again, like I said, it's not a very well-made movie either. Like, it's a movie with a huge budget that does nothing with it. Like, it has explosions, it has guns, it has action. None of it's particularly compelling.
I love how near the end of the film they bring in a snooty British bad guy.
I know.
Like, of course they did. They had
it's like two movies smashed into one. It really feels that way.
Yeah, but neither of the movies are good.
No, I agree 100%. For me, this movie is 2 hours long. And in that 2 hours, I was entertained all of 5. Because that's when Seagal and Tyson are on screen. And that's what was promised. And when I was watching what they promised they were going to show me, I enjoyed it. When it was a random China salesman running around, I couldn't have cared less, and that's because the movie...
Because these characters are not written very well.
They weren't supposed to be.
They're not interesting. They're not really someone that you care about. They're not... I mean...
I would have watched a movie with Seagal and Tyson smashing each other through walls of random environments into new environments, just fighting each other for an hour and a half. That's another thing.
Whenever anyone gets hit in this film, they fly a good 10 feet.
Yeah. Mike Tyson's hitting people with like the force of a fucking Mack truck. It's fucking wild.
he's Hadoukening every fucking person that he finds.
When he punches like stone walls, they crack. Like it's yeah. Again, the stuff with Seagal and Tyson together is great.
It's interesting.
But when they're separate, look, when Tyson doesn't open his mouth, he's great. He is imposing. But the minute he opens his mouth, we all know what Mike Tyson sounds like. We all know about we all know about the now Kith. Like, we all know about that. Like, that's, But, yeah, he's like Brock Lesnar. He's not intimidating if he opens his mouth. Don't let him open his mouth because he's an intimidating dude. He's got look, he has a facial tattoo, and I don't question it. Like, if you have a facial tattoo, first off, props to you for having the balls to do that. Secondly, if you have the balls to do it and you can rock it and look like a badass, Mike Tyson's a badass. I mean, he's also,
a rapist.
Yeah, he's also a rapist, sexual assaulter, sexual predator, just like Steven Seagal. So let's get that out of the way too. But allegedly with Seagal, let's not forget, Mike Tyson convicted.
Allegedly. Mike Tyson was convicted. And
that's why I say allegedly versus convicted, because one of them is convicted.
Do I need to go on my Hangover rant?
What, that you don't like The Hangover?
No, I love the first Hangover. First Hangover was funny as hell. The second one was just the first one, but worse.
Correct.
The third one, they were going to have this cameo. No, the second one, it was the cameo. They were going to have a cameo with Mel Gibson as a tattoo artist, right? But Zach Galifianakis vetoed it because of what Mel Gibson said, because of Mel Gibson's past. But I'm thinking to myself, you're okay with a convicted rapist cameoing in your film.
Convicted rapist, too.
A convicted rapist cameoing in your film. Yet you have a problem with Mel Gibson doing a cameo as a tattoo artist. I mean, Mel Gibson's a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. But
so is Mike Tyson.
Yeah, exactly. So don't.
Mike Tyson may be a lovely man, but he still raped someone.
Yeah, he did. He raped someone,
which is piece of shit behavior. Again, he may be a lovely man. He may be the nicest, sweetest man in the world. His daughter passed away, unfortunately, recently of a horrible accident on a treadmill. I feel for the guy. Yeah, he's also a convicted rapist who served prison time.
Hollywood has seemed to have embraced him lately. I mean,
thanks, Hangover.
He did the Comedy Central roast of who did he do the Comedy Central roast of? Charlie Sheen.
There's also an Ip Man 3.
He was in Ip. I thought it was always IP Man, but I guess I'm wrong.
I don't know. Ip Man, I don't know.
Anyway, he was he has his own Adult Swim cartoon.
Yeah, Mike Tyson Mysteries, fantastic.
And he seems to have bounced back pretty well for a convicted rapist.
He's also a famous convicted rapist. Not famous for convict. Let me put it this way. He's a convicted rapist, not famous for the raping. He is famous for everything else he's done. So the rape thing just kind of gets forgotten, apparently.
Yeah.
Which speaks to our culture on taking people seriously about raping and being treated like rapists after they're done serving time for being rapists.
And, I mean, when Kobe Bryant died, you remember what happened then?
I do, and I was one of the few people who was like, good. Not good that he's dead, but he's a convicted rapist. Why are we looking up?
No, he wasn't convicted.
Oh, excuse me. Right, alleged.
He was alleged rapist.
Right.
Well, Evan Rachel Wood made that tweet after he died, and a shitstorm blew.
Well, yeah, because Evan Rachel Wood also defended David Bowie, and David Bowie did the same thing, allegedly.
And her ex, Marilyn Manson.
Allegedly.
Have we heard a word from her about him since this thing happened?
No. She was one of the people I think who said something.
Okay.
Look, we've gone through the reckoning. We're still in the reckoning. It's a good thing. It needed to happen. But I do not understand the selectivism because, I mean, look, in my mind, in a society that works, someone who goes to prison, spends time in prison. When they come out, it's a balancing act.
Maybe that's the difference.
They've gone to prison. Like they've, that is part of it. I mean, that
he's gone to prison. He's paid his price.
I mean, again, but go and ask the family of the woman that was, assaulted by him, and they would say otherwise. I agree. In my mind, if you go to prison, you serve your time, commiserate to your crime, you, in my mind, come out not with a clean slate. You're still a felon, but Mike Tyson being a felon is very different than you or I being a felon, because Mike Tyson is still Mike Tyson, regardless of him being a felon.
Well, O.J. Simpson. He never went to prison, but he's never going to shake it.
Well, he did go to prison.
Well, I mean, but not for what he was supposed to go to prison for.
But he went to prison, which I think for me is good.
Yeah, but he's still never going to live it down. He
also was found guilty in a civil trial that he did it. So
the wrongful death one,
It was still found financially liable. So as far as I'm concerned, he did get convicted.
But the thing he went to prison for was robbery,
robbing someone of his own stuff.
Yeah, in Vegas, I believe.
Because O.J. Simpson's an idiot.
Well, of course, he's an idiot.
I know, but he's not
only an idiot.
He's not a convicted murderer, and that's the problem.
Only an idiot would try to put out a video called "Juiced." Like a prank show where one of the pranks is trying to sell the white Bronco.
I mean, to be fair, that show's pretty great.
Have you watched it, the whole thing?
I've watched whatever I could find on YouTube. It is shocking. You just got juiced. Nobody asked for this, OJ.
That's a disturbing image, by the way, where he's wearing the old man makeup and he says, juiced. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that looks disgusting.
Look, again, like we've said, you can be Steven Seagal and be accused of sexually assaulting 18 women.
Yeah.
You can be Mike Tyson and be convicted of raping a woman. And yet in 2017, they made a movie together. And yet in 2017, they still draw paychecks. And yet in 2017, they're still employed. And they're still employed now. So
He's never going to be unemployed. Never.
Right. It must not matter too much. Or maybe they've already served their time. I can't answer this question. It's a personal question about our feelings on recidivism and punishment, and what is punishment fitting the crime, and what does that even look like. But I will tell you, similarly to yourself, I just find it a little weird that we've given certain people a pass and other people we haven't.
Exactly.
Because sexual assault is sexual assault is sexual assault. It's just the way it is. To put one over another not only devalues people who have had it happen to them, but also you're somehow putting some sort of tier system to sexual assault, which in and of itself is awful. So
we're very selective on who we quote unquote cancel.
Correct. And I don't think we should cancel anyone. It should be consequences culture. No, cancel someone, make them serve or deal with the consequences. That's what people don't like. People don't like the consequences part. If people complain about cancel culture, they're not complaining about the canceling part in as much as they're complaining about having to answer for the things that they do. And people want to just be able to do what they want now and not have to be held accountable. And I don't think that that's okay. And that's what we're talking about here. Accountability.
I mean, again, we are not promoting Mike Tyson. We are not saying what he did was right. What he did was god awful and despicable.
I'm not even sure we should be doing a Steven Seagal podcast sometimes if I think about it really hard.
I mean, there are probably a lot of women.
They're talking
there are
about
probably a lot of women who don't want Steven Seagal to get this attention that he's getting.
Correct.
But
we mention it on every show
because it really you can't ignore the elephant in the room.
Nope.
I mean
maybe maybe we shouldn't talk about him at all, but I won't go that far.
Yeah, I need
these movies still exist. Well, that too, but the movies still exist.
The movies, they're there and they're undeniable. I mean, someone's got to talk about the movies. I mean, they're movies that deserve to be analyzed.
Go one step further. It's unfair to everyone else in these movies for people not to watch them just because Steven Seagal and Mike Tyson are involved.
Because he, for better or worse, has been in movies with amazing actors.
Yeah.
Look at the next film we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Under Siege. It has Tommy Lee Jones. In my opinion, one of the great actors of all time.
Yeah, top 10 as far as I'm concerned. For sure. Mean, probably top 5.
He unfortunately, he cannot sanction our buffoonery. You don't get that joke, do you?
I don't know what that's from.
Okay. Can I tell you the quick story where it's from?
Sure.
Okay. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee.
Okay.
He's about to, because they're about to do Batman and Forever together. He decides, hey, I'm just going to say hi to Tommy Lee Jones, say how happy I am to work with him.
When they're out at a restaurant, he sees him across the room at a restaurant. He sees him
across the room.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, I'm looking forward to working with you on Batman Forever. It's good to see you here. Tommy Lee Jones hugs him and says in his ear, I hate you. I cannot sanction your buffoonery.
Do you think he actually hated him?
Yeah, I really do. Because Tommy Lee Jones is not one who I think would kid like that.
Suffer fools lightly.
Exactly. There was that rumor that him and Val Kilmer were feuding on the set, that Kilmer didn't like him, but I don't think that's true. By the way, if anyone's listening, watch Val on Amazon Prime. It is phenomenal. Rant over. Promotion over. But yeah, I mean, Seagal, he's worked with just amazing actors, and those actors also need to be recognized for things they've done.
Yeah.
I mean, Bill Sadler, a man who doesn't get enough attention, in my opinion.
Correct.
Talking about him in the Hard to Kill episode, he needed to be talked about because he's Bill Sadler. I don't disagree with you. Say what you will, he hires character actors who I don't think get enough appreciation.
Correct.
So I mean, there are good things about talking about Seagal films, and not just Seagal. He's worked with great directors like Andrew Davis, great actors, writers. Those need to be talked about as well, not just Seagal.
I agree. I mean, again, it's
this is why we do the podcast.
Yeah,
not just to like be shitty, like shit on Seagal, and not to be like praise Seagal and all he's done. It's to talk about the technical aspects of the films that he's done and the people that he's worked with.
Yeah.
So I think we have to give credit where credit's due.
Well, and I think for me, again, also, I have a very, tenuous relationship with cancel culture, as do you. Exactly. I have my own feelings on it, as do you. My feelings are probably not what a lot of people would have, or maybe it's like a tempered version of what someone else has. But
my view is people are too eager to push the button. Sometimes.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the real thing is people are too eager to push the button over the littlest things when there are genuinely gigantic things. I know, but you can push the button quickly on real things too.
But I'm glad that pieces of shit are coming to light as pieces of shit.
Yeah. And look, let's not kid ourselves. There is some sort of justice in Steven Seagal never working in like a big budget movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like Steven Seagal's tearing up the screen with Tom Cruise in the new Mission Impossible movie. He's relegated to direct to streaming, direct to video, whether it be of his own creation or because the industry says, we don't really want to deal with you because of your previous behavior, whatever that is, which is the sexual assault is just part of it, mind you.
And this podcast is not going to change anyone's mind about Seagal.
Everybody, here's the thing.
It's not going to make people want to say, oh man, I forgot how awesome Steven Seagal was. Let's rent a lot of his films and make him a bigger star again. No one's going to do that.
Here's the thing. I think people's opinions on Seagal are more or less all the same, right? I think we all think varying degrees of this guy's a buffoon, but he's also kind of a talented buffoon.
Well, here's the thing. If he's ever in a big screen budget, released on theaters film, it's only going to be a stunt cast.
At this point, yeah. Machete has shown us that. Yeah.
Machete showed us that. I mean, I don't know if The Onion was a theatrical release.
It wasn't,
film, was it?
But it's, again, stunt casting.
That was a stunt cast. And
one could go as far as to say casting Seagal and Tyson in your movie about 3G networks in North Africa is stunt casting, because the movie advertised itself as Mike Tyson versus Steven Seagal, and that is not what it is about.
And here's the thing. You could have put anybody in Mike Tyson's role, and it wouldn't have changed a thing.
In this movie?
Mm-hmm. If you're going to cast Mike Tyson, give him something to do.
Well, it would have changed the role in that maybe the person would have been a somewhat more competent actor than Mike Tyson is.
Yeah, but like I said, stunt casting.
No, I agree. It is 100% stunt casting. It's just not the kind I was talking about, but it is still stunt casting. I mean,
it is the worst kind of stunt casting.
Yeah, it's eyes on your product stunt casting.
Pretty much, man. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I really like the advertising for this movie really struck a nerve with me, because I hate movies that do this.
Oh, it's an epidemic of when they advertise films as something that they are very much not.
I know, but man, this is its own thing. They showed all of their scenes together in the trailer. Like, I go watch that trailer, dude. It's nuts. They show all the good stuff. And you know what? We always say that about trailers, like, oh, they showed all the good stuff. In this case, they actually did show all the good stuff. And you know what? You have to watch the movie to figure that out. In a lot of these movies, you like watch it and it's like, oh, okay, they showed a lot of the stuff in the preview, but they didn't show everything. In this movie, in this movie's trailer, they actually showed everything.
I made a note on my app saying that I've seen better acting in a Neil Breen film.
I mean, I've seen better acting in a lot of movies, especially movies with actors who know what they're doing. And Seagal and Tyson are not competent actors enough to carry a film anymore. Seagal anymore. Tyson, I'm not sure he ever did.
I thought Seagal was fine.
I mean, he's not being asked to do anything, though.
No, he's not. He's just asked to be the low-talking, wise Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
Not asked to do any more than he has to.
Nope.
That's the thing. That's what I mentioned before. They don't challenge him anymore.
No. He is being stunt cast.
Exactly.
It's just weird because normally there's only one person being stunt cast in the movies, and it's Steven Seagal. Very rarely is it Steven Seagal and someone else. And in this movie, you have Seagal and Tyson, and that, great. Mm-hmm. And man, Seagal did press for this movie. Tyson did press for this movie. Like, that to me is just wild. Wild.
It is.
Absolutely wild. This is a movie like General Commander with a budget like Under Siege. And it is neither film, because it is immensely unsuccessful in all regards.
Incredibly unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And
the fact that like anyone watched this movie and was entertained or intrigued or interested is just mind-boggling to me, because I don't know what movie they were watching. And also, title for this movie is absolute trash. I think for me, what puts it over the top more so than a lot of the stuff that we've watched is the sole fact that, at least with the other movies that I've watched that have been bad, they've been bad because, well, they were just kind of failures as movies. This movie's bad because this movie straight up cons the audience into thinking it's one thing when it is actually something else.
We can go into a whole other...
Yeah, we can talk all about false advertising movies, but man, this is as bad as I have ever seen, period.
Yep, so. It's the bad. It's the baddest of bad.
Yeah, it's up there. This is up there for some of the worst movies I've ever seen. Because again, I don't see very many movies like this very often that just, spoil the entire thing that they're advertising in the trailer, and then in the actual movie don't give you any more than that.
It spits in the face of good storytelling. It spits in the face of the viewer who's a Seagal or a Tyson fan.
Yeah, those are the people that are being taken advantage of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or people that wanted to watch a good action movie. Because again, it has the trailer and it has the poster for a movie that it isn't.
I want our viewers to look up China Salesman poster and see how fucking awful how fucking like bait and switch that poster is.
Oh yeah. All of them for the most part. They probably did more work advertising for this movie than they actually did for the movie.
Yeah.
And man, I would love to know how much Seagal and Tyson walked away from this movie with, because they must have gotten paid a lot. I know they did. You know they did.
Oh, of course they got paid a lot.
Yeah. So this for me is no ponytail big time.
He's
barely even in this damn movie, to be honest with you.
This is below no. This is minus
no
ponytail.
Inverse ponytail.
This is inverse. This is buzz cut.
This is probably the bar that we're going to measure everything else against until we get to something worse.
Even his bad films, it's like, well, it was bad, but it wasn't China Salesman.
General Commander wasn't good. Beyond the Law wasn't good, but man,
they weren't China Salesman.
I would rather watch them than this, because boy, 2 hours of this when 5 minutes is what we're here for. Good Lord, that is not a what's the word? Enticing proposition to be made. Okay, so
enticing,
proposition. Yeah, this is the least enticing proposition.
It's
that
bad.
I can think of.
It is the baddest bad Seagal film. Yeah, it's not even a Seagal film.
It's not even. It's bad in a way that it's not even fun, and that's when bad is bad.
But that's the biggest sin of the film. It's not even entertainingly bad.
Oh, it's just boring.
It is boring.
It's just boring.
I can't figure an audience this movie is made for. I really can't see that there's a person in the world who enjoy this film. I really can't.
No, I can't either, because
it is bad propaganda.
If it's even propaganda. I mean, it is, as propaganda goes, it's bad propaganda. I mean, look, it's not very well reviewed.
No.
Everybody says, it's a gratuitous China patting on the back. And, some people are like, oh, it's, crazy, over the top. It's a guilty pleasure. No, it's not.
No, it isn't. There's nothing.
And you know what? If it had been a half an hour shorter, would it maybe be in that category of so bad they're good?
Maybe. There are ridiculous things in the film, but unfortunately, the ridiculousness doesn't happen enough to qualify it as a bad film.
And
there are sporadic instances, of absurdity, but that's not enough to put it into the so bad it's good category.
No, and often with so bad it's good, the movie has to be watched in its entirety to appreciate the badness.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that to people.
With this movie, the scene to watch can be watched on YouTube with relative ease, and you have seen that scene, and you do not need to see anything else.
Nope. You've pretty much gotten your free
fix. Yeah.
Free worth, I guess you could say, instead of money worth.
Let me put it this way. If you watch this movie on YouTube, the scene between Tyson and Seagal, you will have seen the best thing that we saw in the movie without having to watch 145 other, minutes. What is it, 140 minutes? 110? So you will have seen the 5 minutes of the movie without the 105 minutes of garbage surrounding it. So
it is an unnecessarily long movie, and that's one of its biggest.
Yeah, that is one of the worst things about it. It's a bad movie that overstays its welcome by a half an hour, at least. Yeah. You make the case it overstays its welcome at the moment the Seagal and Tyson scene is over, for that matter.
So, bottom line, go on YouTube, search Mike Tyson, Steven Seagal fight. That's all you need to see of this film. So, on a good note, let's talk about our next episode.
It's a big episode.
It is a big episode. We will be talking about the Seagal, dare I say, classic, Under Siege.
It's definitely the movie that I would say is his biggest movie.
Yeah, this is the one that skyrocketed him.
Yeah, I mean, this is if you're going to talk Seagal, this is the movie, is Under Siege. Let me put it this way. A person on the street will have heard of Under Siege.
Yeah.
Hard to Kill, Out for Justice, kind of maybe, who knows? But
Under Siege is the film that defines him. Ask a person, name a Seagal film.
Under Siege.
Under Siege. That's the one they will mention.
Pretty much.
And for this episode, we have our first special guest. And Chris, would you like to mention who this guest will be?
Yeah, so we've talked about his book on the show a couple times, but we're actually going to be joined by Vern of Seagalogy fame, the book Seagalogy, now available on Amazon, Kindle, and anywhere else you buy your books.
Highly recommended.
It is a tongue-in-cheek, but sometimes very serious look at Mr. Seagal's filmology, aptly titled Seagalogy. It's fantastic. Trevor has been reading it. I have read it. It's a great book. And you know what? You can read it and put it down because unlike a normal book, the chapters just correspond to the movies. So if you watch a Seagal movie, you can read the chapter. It's 5 or 6 pages on just that movie and you can move on. So if you're not into just reading, this is maybe, something for you. It's like $10-15 on Amazon. It's a great read. It's very tongue-in-cheek, but it is also observational and observational humor, which I appreciate, as I know Trevor does. So we're going to be joined by Vern on that episode, and we're going to be talking about Under Siege.
Yay!
I haven't seen it in a long time. I haven't seen it in at least 5 years.
I haven't seen it in a while either, but I know that it's a great film because I remember it being a great film.
The last time I watched it, we talked about it on the podcast, the Kulturecast, in like 2016 or 15.
Ooh.
Because I talked to Damien Chapa for that movie.
Oh, yes. Although if you ask me to name a Damien Chapa film, I'd just say Street Fighter because he played Ken.
Ken, yep.
Ken Masters.
He is Ken. He is not a good Ken either, but that's beside the point.
Street Fighter's another topic for not this podcast because
Street Fighter's a good movie though. It has its moments.
Yeah.
It is a good bad movie.
It is a very entertaining good bad movie. And the thing is, here's the thing about the film as a good bad movie. There are actual legit good things about it.
Yeah. Like Mario Brothers movie. That is a good bad movie.
I don't even think it's bad, but we'll talk about that
I know,
later.
but like in the grand scheme of things,
yeah.
It is a bad movie, but it just happens to be a very successful bad movie.
I am one of the internet's outliers when it comes to the Super Mario Brothers movie. The internet is...
I don't think you're an outlier anymore, pal.
It's become kind of a cult classic. I mean,
yeah.
Have you seen the recently released extended version?
No, but you told me about it.
Yes.
Look, I like the Super Mario Brothers movie. It's a bad movie, but it is a interesting failure. It's unlike this movie, you can fail, but fail in a way that is still compelling.
The story.
Don't fucking tell me it's a Mario Brothers movie and then not show the Mario Brothers on screen, but for 5 minutes.
The story of the making of the film is very good. It's very entertaining.
Can you imagine what the story behind making this movie must have been? It must have been weird.
No, the story was, hey, Seagal, you need a couple $1,000? Sure. Yeah, okay. We'll need you for a day. That's about it. Okay.
Yeah, probably less than that. 2 days, 1 day, 5 hours.
Hey, Seagal, you want to be the star of our action film? Yeah, sure, that sounds great. What am I going to do? You're going to play an assassin. Oh my God, that's amazing. Oh, you're going to
That's a pretty good Mike Tyson. That's a good Mike Tyson, dude. I'm not joking. I'm impressed.
You're going to get served a mug of pith. Oh my God, how much are you going to pay me for that? I'm going to get paid to do...
I'm going to get paid to do what I do on the weekends normally for free. Drink pee.
Oh, that's the secret of boxing. Drink piss before every match and you'll be unstoppable.
See, that's pretty good Mike Tyson.
It's all right.
But I am looking forward to Under Siege.
Under Siege, I'm very much looking forward to talking to Vern.
Yeah, me too.
This is a guy, this podcast basically is...
We have the Seagal
inspired by Seagology.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, that Seagology book and the way Vern presented what the way he talks about the movies is what I wanted to bring to this, which is watching the movies and having no expectation going into them. Because Vern gives the DTV, the direct-to-video movies, he gives them a fair shake when nobody else would. So,
well, that's what we do. We don't go in expecting to hate the film.
No,
I go in with an open mind every time. Even
I really wanted to like this movie, as I know you did. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm surprised how much I liked attrition.
Me too. I know. I was thinking about that when I was watching China Salesman. I was like, man, I really liked attrition. And this really
needs an end credit sequence where Seagal plays his guitar and sings.
This really needs Seagal writing the script.
It does.
That's a weird thing. A script written by Seagal is more competent than this one. That's shocking.
Yeah, that's an indictment of your film if I ever heard one.
I mean, it kind of feels like it. So until then, Trevor, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter at Bad Vertigo. Instagram at Mad Vertigo, I still think I am. I don't usually use Instagram very often because I don't think they're interesting pictures and my life isn't that interesting besides this podcast. Where can people find you, Chris?
Stachiw.com. That's where all the things I work on are. Like Trevor said, we do this show together. Trevor is on the Kulturecast, my main show, quite often. So if that's where you want to find us, you can find us Stachiw.com, Kulturecast on Seagal. This show has a couple episodes. We're only, quarter of the way, not even through Seagal's filmography. We're probably getting close to a quarter, I would think.
Yeah.
Because this is episode 8 and Under Siege is 9. So I don't know if Seagal has more than 30 movies. He might. Right off the top of my head, I can't tell you, but yeah, I mean, that's where you can find me. That's where you can find Trevor. You can find this podcast on Facebook at On Seagal, but just go find the RSS feed at onseagal.com. Maybe hit Steven Seagal up, mention us to him, see if he'll come on our show, because I've reached out to his people and they said, he's not really promoting anything. So okay.
We don't care.
No, well,
you don't have to promote shit. Just come and talk to us, pal.
But he cares. So.
But he might not want to come on after what we said about him.
I mean, so again, if the guy can't make make light of his own past, then maybe he doesn't want to come on here.
Well, I mean, he's always welcome.
Yeah,
we are opening an invitation, Mr. Seagal. If you're listening, come on the podcast anytime. We'll give you as much time as you want to talk.
Yeah, sure, why not? And you know what? We probably won't have the same reaction that Lorne Michaels did.
No, we will not ban you from our podcast.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, again, depends on how radical the views get. But you can find us here. You should check us out on Facebook, everywhere else. That's where Trevor and I are. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time.